Hello, I'm Joan Childs, and this is the third of a series of 10 on inner child work. Today I'm going to talk to you about the transformation model that was developed and created by John Bradshaw and his director Kip Flock many years ago, back in the 1980s. It is a long-withstanding modality that I will tell you, in all honesty, is probably the most creative, the most effective, the most powerful, and magical modality that I have used in all my 46 years of being a psychotherapist. So I'm very excited, and I've never lost the excitement since the 1980s about the power of this work in transforming and changing people and helping them get rid of the addictions that they acquired over the years in trying to feel better and trying to feel self-regulated and to medicate themselves. Inner child work is so powerful that it has been my mainstream psychotherapy or my mainstream modality since the late 1980s, and I began as a psychotherapist back in 1978. So I just want to give you at least the first 5 out of the 10 different steps that we take when we're doing the transformation model. When a person comes in for psychotherapy in my office and wants to effectuate positive change, I don't see anybody that is active in any kind of addiction. They've got to be clean and sober in order for me to be able to effect positive change and go back to their early childhood, the original pain work of the families of origin, where this all began with dysfunctional families. So they have to be what I do second stage recovery, meaning that they're already, the people come in that they're already have maintained some sobriety for at least 2 to 3 months since they came out of a treatment center. Because you really can't be effective if somebody is using, because you're not talking to the real person. You're talking to a person that's living in a survival suit, and that is not their authentic self. That is not their essence. But once they are in recovery, then I'm able to be effective and helpful by taking them back in time and introducing them to the child that lives within. And there is a child in every one of us, because we were once a child. There's not an adult in every child, but there is a child in every adult. And the work is to go back and have a corrective experience with the child. And it's up to us as an adult to reparent the child that wasn't parented effectively. So we begin with realizing the compulsivity, the stuckness, the fact that they were stuck. And now maybe they are in recovery in the sense that they're not using, but we've got to go clean up why it happened, how it happened. And it's really their effort in trying to self-medicate to feel better. So the first part of the transformational model is to realize the compulsivity, to realize that they're stuck and that they don't have a free will. That's a will that has run dry. The second part is to share the feelings about the stuckness with a benign witness. Who is a benign witness? It's me, or a therapist that has been trained in inner child work. The third step is to be aware of the self-talk. What do they say to themselves when they feel lower, or they feel bad about the fact that they have used up so much of their life ineffectively, destructively, that has hurt them in the choices that they've made, in the decisions that they've made, in the relationships that they couldn't sustain themselves in. What do they say to themselves? It's usually negative self-talk. So we have to hear that. It has to come out. It has to be shared with the therapist. And the fourth part of the transformational model is age regression. We have to age regress them while they're in a safe place. It's up to the therapist, and in my case, it's me, that has to create safety, a safe place. Because if the client does not feel safe, they will not do the work. So that's part of the therapy. the therapist has been trained to create a safe place. And once that is accomplished, then the fifth step is to realize the abuse while they are in the safe place. Because if they don't feel safe, it'll be too frightening, too scary, too risky to open them up. So first we have to establish a safe place, and we do that with neurolinguistic programming, NLP, by creating a positive anchor. And either the therapist can do it or they can do it themselves. If the therapist does it, they take them to a safe place that they might have been, or even in the room that they are now, and they have them experience it by seeing what they see with their eyes closed, that remembering a place that they had gone to. It could be with maybe grandparents or friends when they were younger, a school, something that they can recall as being safe. And we anchor them. We either touch them or we have them take their thumb and their index finger and hold it while they're there. That grounds them. That creates a safe space. And also it's up to the therapist, as I said, to do that. And then when we do that, when we are able to age regress them in a safe place in the room, we can take them back to their childhood. And they meet their inner child. I take them back to the place that they lived, to the street that they lived on, to the house, so they see the house. They see what they see as it was. They hear what they hear, which could be neighbors or sounds, and they feel what they feel. And we take them on a little meditation back so that they can realize the abuse that they suffered while they're in a safe place. Because if they don't feel safe, it's too emotional. It's breaking through defense mechanisms that I highly respect. So John created this in order to do the work effectively. You've got to make them feel safe. So those are the first 5 parts of the transformational model, I should say. And join me in my next video, video 4, where I'll take you through the last 5 steps and go a little bit deeper into the work. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again in my 4th series of the 10-part series of Inner Child Work. Have a wonderful day.